It's time to get the show on the road. What a great audience. I'm so delighted to have you all here, as delighted as I am to host once again the Simsbury Light Opera Company. We were treated at the end of 2019 to their snippets of Trial by Jury, and it proved to be just a wonderfully enjoyable show. Emma called me and said, hey, can we do some of the Roadshow version of the Pirates of Penzance in the spring? I said, absolutely, because I know that our audience here at Elmwood Senior Center will be very appreciative of the humor and the entertainment, and it's a beautiful, almost spring day, so thank you for coming. This is the 75th production, or the annual production. They started in 1945 doing this show. So this is a really special year for the Simsbury Light Opera Company, obviously based out of Simsbury, Connecticut. And today you'll have snippets of the show. It'll be almost an hour and a half, and there will be an approximate 10-minute break in between, and we'll have some refreshments for you to enjoy. Of course, stretch your legs and all that good stuff. But as director of the Elmwood Senior Center, I welcome you, I welcome Simsbury Light Opera Company, and I understand they're going to go right into their first number. So round of
Thank you very much. Thanks for being here today. We are the Simsbury Light Opera Company, as you've been told, and we're giving you kind of a little preview performance of the Pirates of Penzance, which we will be doing last weekend of March, first weekend of April in Simsbury. All the information, if you'd like to get tickets, it's right here in the little program that we handed out. And when we do it, those 2 weekends, you will see everything fully costumed, orchestra, sets, backdrop, the whole thing. It's fully staged. This is just a little preview today, and actually by coming today you get some extra things, because we're also doing some stuff at the end of the program that isn't for pirates. So, how many of you have seen the Pirates of Penzance before? Okay, let's see if they've really seen it. Have you seen the Pirates of Penzance often? Some of you got it. Okay. Some of it does turn on whether certain people are orphans or not. As noted, we do have a little synopsis in the program, but I'll just tell you real quick. Young Frederick here is turning 21 today, and he's going to be out of his indentures. He was apprenticed to a band of pirates. Thank you. So Frederick apparently is free to leave the pirates today, now that he's turned 21, and he asks the Pirate King, well, Frederick definitely intends to leave the pirates. He's giving this life up. He's had it. He has never enjoyed being a pirate. He wants to go straight. In fact, he's going to come back and kill all the pirates, is what he tells them. And he offers the Pirate King one last chance to change his mind and live an honest life. But that really is not the Pirate King's style, as you will find out as we have Jay Woolman to sing the Pirate King song.
I shall live and die a Pirate King! and play a sanctimonious part for the pirate and the pirate heart. Away to the cheating world go you, where pirates all are well to do. But I'll be true to the song I sing, and live and die a pirate king. For I am a pirate king, and it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king. For I am a pirate king. You are the pirate king. And it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king. It is hurrah for the pirate king, hurrah for the pirate king. When I sally forth to seek my prey, I help myself in a royal way. I sink a few more ships, it's true, that a well-bred monarch ought to do. But many a king on a first-class boat, if he wants to call his crown soon, must manage somehow to get through more dirty work than ever I do. For I am a pirate king, and it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king. For I am a pirate king. You are the pirate king, and it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king. It is hurrah for the pirate king, hurrah for the pirate king.
Thank you. So, why do we have all these ladies if the show is about pirates? You're about to find out. There were a few lady pirates, but these are not lady pirates for the most part, just Ruth. The rest of them are the wards, the young wards of Major General Stanley, who just happened to be vacationing or taking a picnic or something, or having a little day off, right in the same area where the pirates have decided to land, and they've had their pirate sherry, and they're celebrating Frederick's birthday and all that. Well, the two groups aren't aware of each other, at least not at first. And in come the marriageable young ladies singing Climbing Over Rocky Mountain.
Climbing over rocky mountains, stripping rivulet and fountain, passing where the willows quiver, passing where the willows quiver, by the ever-rolling river, swollen with the summer rain, the summer rain. Wedding long and leafy mazes, dotted with unnumbered daisies,
21 years of living. Does not remember another woman in his life, does not remember seeing another woman except his nursemaid Ruth. And we're kind of skipping over that part of the story, but there's a little subplot there because Ruth has gotten him to agree to marry her. And has told him that she's beautiful and so on and so forth. And he has no idea whether this is appropriate or not, whether he might be interested in some other woman. He's never had any encounters with women, except what happens is Frederick, having gone off without the pirates, stumbles onto Major General Stanley's wards, and he's kind of dazzled by all this. Thank you. So, to make sure that we're all on the same page as far as the story here, yes, one, Mabel has come forward to take Frederick's hand, and everything seems great, except then the pirates come out and surprise the ladies, and every pirate grabs a lady and say they're all going to marry these wards and so on, and then over the hill, just in the nick of time, comes not the cavalry, but Major General Stanley, who, that's right, who is like the foster father to all these wards. And he comes out and sings one of the most famous of the Gilbert and Sullivan songs. If you don't know Gilbert and Sullivan, you've heard this song anyway, 10 times, I'm sure. Here's Mark McNally to sing it.
I am the very model of a modern Major General. I'm information, vegetable, animal, and mineral. I know the King of England and I quote the facts historical. The marathon is Waterloo and all the categorical. I'm very well acquainted too with matters mathematical. I understand equations about the simple and quadratical. About binomial theorem, I'm teeming with a lot of news. Oh, yes. With many jibber facts about the square of the hypotenuse. With many jibber facts about the square of the hypotenuse. With many jibber facts about the square of the hypotenuse. With many jibber facts about the square of the hypotenuse. I'm very good at integral and differential calculus. I know scientific names of beings and calculus. Short and matters vegetable, animal, and mineral. I am the very model of a modern Major General. Short and matters vegetable, animal, and mineral. He is the very model of a modern Major General. I know our mythic history, King Arthur's answer paradox. I answered hard across this, I have a pretty taste for paradox. I quote the elegiacs, all the crimes of Hegel Gabalus. In conics I can flow peculiarities, parabolas. I can tell a note of Raphael from Devil down to Dophanes. I know the croaking chorus of the frogs of Aristophanes. Then I can hum a fugue of which I've heard the music's dinner for. Oh, yes. And whistle all the yes and that infernal nonsense pitiful. And whistle all the yes and that infernal nonsense pitiful. And whistle all the yes and that infernal nonsense pitiful. And whistle all the yes and that infernal nonsense pitiful. Then I can write a washing bill in Babylonic cuneiform and tell you every detail of Caractacus' uniform and short matters vegetable, animal, and mineral. I am the very model of a modern Major General. In short matters vegetable, animal, and mineral. He is the very model of a modern Major General. In fact, when I know what is meant by Mamelon and Ravelin, when I can tell at sight a Mauser rifle from a javelin, when such a pair stands forties and surprises I'm more wary at, and when I know precisely what is meant by commissariat, when I have learned what progress has been made in modern gunnery, when I know more of tactics than a novice in a nunnery. In short, when I've a smattering of elemental strategy, I have it! Ha-ha! You'll say a better Major General's never strategy! Say a better Major General's never strategy! You'll say a better Major General's never strategy! You'll say a better Major General's never strategy! When the military now so plucky and adventurous has only been brought down to the beginning of the century, but still matters vegetable, animal, and mineral. I am the very model of a modern Major General. But still matters vegetable, animal, and mineral. He is the very model of a modern Major General. One more faster? Oh, very well. You tell me. Oh, no, just the last one. In fact, when I know what to spend the battle and on Maryland, when I can slide a mouse rifle from a javelin, with such a very source is nice. But you ruin when I know precisely what is meant by commissariat. Yeah. When I have learned what progress has been made in modern gunnery, when I know our tactics and analysis and nunnery, in short, and I'm the strategy of time muzzle strategy. You'll say about the Major General's never strategy. 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 For the military knowledge, so unplucky and adventure, has only been brought out at the beginning of the century. Still an vegetable, animal, and mineral. I am the very model of a modern Major General. Still an vegetable, animal, and mineral. He is the very model of a modern Major General.
So, the Pirates are somewhat impressed by, thank you very much. The Pirates are somewhat impressed by Major General Stanley's qualifications, but nevertheless they intend to marry his daughter. daughters. And he's not really happy about that. So he comes up with a little ruse, which has been plaguing these pirates for a long time, actually. You see, these pirates are all orphans, and so when they capture people, everybody tells them, oh, but I'm an orphan, you must let me go. And guess what Major General Stanley does? That's exactly what he does. So the pirates end up letting Major General Stanley go. However, later on, they do discover that Major General Stanley has lied to them about being an orphan. He's not really an orphan. He isn't one now, and he never was one. So the pirates decide to seek some revenge against the Major General and his daughters. Meanwhile, however, Frederick, who has decided to live a blameless life from here on, has gone to ask the assistance of the local police force in arresting these pirates, because remember, Frederick has had it with the pirates. He's gone, and he's going to do them in now. And we have a big number here with Sergeant of Police, Mabel, Major General Stanley, and the daughters, and the policeman, when the foeman bears his steel.
We uncomfortable feel, and we find the wisest thing is to slap our chests and sing, for when threatened with the newts, and your heart is in your boots, there is nothing brings it round like the trumpet's martial sound, like the trumpet's martial sound. These attentions are well meant. Such expressions don't appear. Calculated men to cheer. Who are going to meet their fate in a highly nervous state. Still to us it's evident these attentions are well meant. That on us press, and of reference a lack to our chance of coming back. Still perhaps it would be wise not to calm or criticize, for it's very evident these attentions are well meant.
Yes, it's very evident these attentions are well meant. Evident, yes, well meant. Evident, ah, yes, well meant.
When the foeman bears his steel, ta-rum, 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 ta-rum.
Is to slap our chest and sing, ta-ram, ta-ram.
getting the assistance of the police. Meanwhile, the pirates are planning a little mission on land instead of on the sea, a little burglary. So they're going to come back and they're going to slaughter Major General Stanley. They're going to sneak up on him and his daughters in the middle of the night. They're going to wreak havoc. And this will be our last song we're going to do today from Pirates. And after this, we'll have a short intermission. We'll come back and we'll do some other Gilbert and Sullivan songs. If you want to know who wins, the police or the pirates, you have to come and see the show. So we have one more number here about these pirates. Now, be very quiet because they're sneaking up on the Major General with cat-like tread. I'm sorry, I missed the song. This is why we always bring our producers to the show. Often. We do have one other song, I'm sorry, before we do with Cat-Like Tread. There is one other glitch, as you may have noticed if you read the synopsis in the program, or you've seen the show before, which is, it turns out that Baby Frederick isn't really free from his pirate indenture today, even though he has lived 21 years. Because, as you'll find out in this little song, there's a little detail in the contract that was signed when he was apprenticed to the pirates. It's not a matter of him living 21 years, it's a matter of him reaching his 21st birthday, and he was born on February 29th.
When you had left our pirate boat, we tried to raise our spirits quick, according to the custom mode, with quips and quibbles great. But all in vain the quips we heard. We lay and soaked up on the ropes. Until to someone he occurred a startling paradox. A most ingenious paradox, with quips and quibbles heard and box, but not to read this paradox. Paradox, a most ingenious paradox. This paradox.
Wow! We knew your tasteful, curious quips for cranks and contradictions queer, and with the laughter on our lips, we wished you there to hear. We said if we could tell it him, how Frederick would the joke enjoy, and so we risked both life and limb to tell it to our boy. That paradox, that most ingenious paradox, with quips and quibbles heard in flocks, but not to reach that paradox. A paradox, a most ingenious paradox. For some ridiculous reason, to which, however, I've no desire to be disloyal, some person in authority, I don't know who, very likely the astronomer royal, has decided that, although for such a beastly month as February, 28 days as a rule are plenty, 1 year and every 4, his days shall be reckoned as 9 and 20. Through some singular coincidence, I shouldn't be surprised if it were owing to the agency of an ill-natured fairy. You are the victim of this clumsy arrangement, having been born in leap year on the 29th of February. And so, by a simple arithmetical process, you'll easily discover that, though you've lived 21 years, yet, if we go by birthdays, you're only 5 and a little bit over.
See, yes, with yours my figures do agree. How quaint the ways of paradox, at common sense she gaily mocks. Though counting in the usual way is 25, I've been alive. Though
reckoning by my natal day. The reckoning by my natal day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am a little boy of 5.
He's a little boy of 5.
A paradox, a most ingenious paradox. A paradox, a curious paradox. A most ingenious paradox.
Thank you. So, Fred laughing there, that's like the lobster laughing about the hot water. It gets hot. Because the subtitle of this show, I'm not sure if you can see it on the back of the program here, but it's The Pirates of Penzance, or The Slave of Duty. And duty was the theme that predominates in this show, and Gilbert was making fun of. The Victorians had a very strong sense of duty, and it was something not just Gilbert wrote and talked about at the time. And it's still a very interesting question today, duty. And although Frederick finds it kind of funny right there in that song, right after that song, Ruth and the Pirate King explained to him that, well, really, you're appealing to your sense of duty. You haven't really reached that 21st birthday, so you need to be with us, not the police. So Frederick is going to be with the pirates, it turns out, when the pirates go on their mission to attack Major General Stanley with cat-like tread.
With cat-like tread, upon our prey we steal. With silent tread, our cautious way we feel. No sound at all, we never speak a word. A fly's footfall would be distinctly heard. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da.
sipped no sup and who craved no crumb as he sighed for the love of a lady. Lady, lady, misery me, lack lady. He sipped no sup and he craved no crumb as he sighed for the love of a lady.
I had a song to sing.
What is your song?
Be very, very careful.
Will I hurt you if I go down?
With the ring of the songs made sing from love with a love like love. It's a song of a merry maid, merry round, who loved a lot and who laughed aloud at the moan of the merry man moving home, whose soul was sad and whose glance was love, who sipped no sup and who craved no crust as he sighed for the love of a lady. Lady, lady, misery me, like a lady. He sipped no sup and he craved no crust as he sighed for the love of a lady.
I have a song to sing. Oh.
Sing your song,
It is sung to the knell of a churchyard bell and a doleful dirge ding dong. Oh, it's the song of a popinjay bravely born, who turned up his noble nose with scorn at the humble merry maid clearly proud, who loved the Lord and who laughed aloud at the moan of the merry man moping bound, whose soul was sad, whose glance was glum, who sipped no sup and who craved no crumb as he sighed for the love of a lady. Lady, lady, misery me, like a lady. He sipped no sup and he craved no crumb as he sighed for the love of a lady.
I have a song to sing.
Sing me your song, oh.
It is sung with a sigh and a tear in the eye, for it tells of a right and wrong. It's a song of a merry maid once so gay, who turned on her heel and drooped away from the peacock popinjay bravely born, who turned up his noble nose with scorn, with the love of the merry maid rumbled with the merry man rumbling up, sipped no sup and who craved no crumb as he sighed for the love of a lady.
Lady, lady, misery me, like a lady. His pains were o'er, he sighed no more, for he lived in the love of a lady. Lady, lady, misery me, like a lady. His pains were o'er, he sighed no more, for he lived in the love of a lady.
Thank you. Next we have from the Gondoliers, Al Fitzman to sing the beautiful tenor solo, Take a Pair of Sparkling Eyes.
Take a pair of sparkling eyes in never and anon, in a merciful eclipse. Do not heed their hard advice, having passed the Rubicon. Take a pair of rosy lips. Take a take and keep it if you can, if you can. Take my counsel, happy man, act upon it if you can, if you can. Take my counsel, happy man, act upon it if you can, if you can, if you can, act upon it if you can. Happy man, if you can.
Thank you very much. From Iolanthe, we have now Mark McNally to sing a song that you probably know, When Britain Really Ruled the Waves. By the way, how many of you have ever sung in a Gilbert and Sullivan production? Feel free to sing along with the chorus with Mark.
When Britain really ruled the waves in good Queen Bess's time, the House of Peers made no pretense of intellectual eminence or scholarship sublime. Yet Britain won her proudest place in good Queen Bess's glorious days. Yet Britain won her proudest place in good Queen Bess's glorious days. Yes, Britain won her proudest place in good Queen Bess's glorious days. When Wellington crashed Bonaparte, as every child can tell, the House of Peers without the war did nothing in particular, and did it very well. Yet Britain set the world ablaze in good King George's glorious days. Yet Britain set the world ablaze in good King George's glorious days. Yes, Britain set the world ablaze in good King George's glorious days. And while the House of Peers withholds its legislative hand, and noble statesmen do not itch to interfere in matters which they do not understand, as bright will shine Great Britain's rays as in King George's glorious days, as bright will shine Great Britain's rays as in King George's glorious days. As bright will shine Great Britain's rays as in King George's glorious days.
Thank you. Mark played that role, Lord Mount Ararat, with us a couple years ago in Iolanthe. Now we have Chelsea Lorraine, who is new to our company, to sing something from The Sorcerer, which we did about 5 years ago. Oh, Happy Young Heart.
Oh, happy young heart, comes thy young heart a-wooing. With joy in his
very much. You're all familiar with HMS Pinafore, I'm sure, right? You know Pirates of Penzance, you know Pinafore. Well, here is Captain Corcoran, played by J. Marshall Ullman, to sing Fair Moon. Thank you. We now have something very unusual because we don't often see this show performed, Utopia Limited. Many people have never even heard of it or don't know that it's a Gilbert and Sullivan light opera, but it is. And we have Mark McNally to sing a great little standalone song about what it's like to be a tenor. It's called A Tenor, All Singers Above.
This is probably one of Gilbert Sullivan's truest statements that goes unspoken throughout all of the opera. And that is, when a tenor is in love, it affects his voice. A tenor, all singers above.
Oh, Zara, my beloved one, bear with me. Ah, do not laugh at my attempted sin. Repent not, mocking vain thy girlhood's choice. The fervor of my love affects my voice. A tenor all singers above. This doesn't admit of a question. Should keep himself quiet, attend to his diet, and carefully nurse his digestion. But when he is madly in love, it's certain to tell on his singing. You can't do chromatics with proper emphatics when anguish your bosom is ringing, when distracted with worries aplenty, and your pulse is 120, and your fluttering bosom the slave of crust is. A tenor can't do himself justice. Now observe. You see, I can't do myself justice. I could sing if my fervor were mock. It's easy enough if you're acting. But when one's devotion is born of emotion, you mustn't be over-exacting. One ought to be firm as a rock, to venture a shake in vibrato. When fervor's expected, keep cool and collected, and never attempt agitato. But of course, when your tongue is of leather, and your lips appear pasted together, and your sensitive palate as dry as a crust is, a tenor can't do himself justice. Now observe. I can't do myself justice.
Bravo!
Thank you, Mark. Love sickness is a frequent theme in Gilbert and Sullivan operettas and songs, and we have one more song about love sickness, and then we're going to do one more that is not listed in the program here, so don't go away, please. We always like to close with one more song. I'll tell you about that in a sec. Here's the Lord Chancellor of England. He's one notch down from the King, really. And same as the tenor, even he, well, when he's in love and it's unrequited, unreturned, it's rather upsetting. And you probably are familiar with, many of you, with what we call the Nightmare Song from Iolanthe.
Love unrequited robs me of my rest. Love, hopeless love, my heart and soul encumbers. Love, nightmare-like, lies heavy on my chest, and weaves itself into my midnight slumbers. When you're lying awake with a dismal headache and repose is tabooed by anxiety, I can see you may use any language you choose to indulge in without impropriety. For your brain is on fire, the bedclothes conspire in usual slumber to plunder you. First your counterpane goes and uncovers your toes, then your sheet slips demurely from under you. The blanketing tickles, you feel like baked pickles, so terribly sharp is the pricking. And you're hot and you're cross and you tumble and toss till there's nothing betwixt you and the ticking. Then the bedclothes all creep to the ground in a heap, and you pick them all up in a tangle. Then your pillow resigns and politely declines to remain at its usual angle. Well, you get some repose in the form of a doze with hot eyeballs and head ever aching. But your slumbering teens with such horrible dreams that you're very much better be waking. For you dream you are crossing the channel and tossing about in a steamer from Harwich, which is something between a large bathing machine and a very small second-class carriage. And you're giving a treat, penny ice and cold meat, to a party of friends and relations. They're a ravenous horde, and they all came on board at Sloane Square and South Kensington stations. And bound on that journey, you find your attorney, who started that morning from Devon. He's a bit undersized, and you don't feel surprised when he tells you he's only 11. Well, you're driving like mad with this singular lad. By the by, the ship's now a four-wheeler, and you're playing around games, and he calls you bad names, and you tell him that ties pay the dealer. Well, this you can't stand, so you throw up your hand, and you find you're as cold as an icicle. In your shirt and your socks look like some built blocks, crossing Salisbury Plain on a bicycle. And he and the crew are on bicycles too.
too, which they somehow or other invested in. And he's telling the TARS all the particulars of a company he's interested in. It's a scheme of devices to get at low prices all goods from car pictures to cables, which tickled the sailors by treating retailers as though they were all vegetables. You get a good statement to plan a small tradesman first take off his boots with a boot tree. His legs will take root and his fingers will shoot, and it'll blossom and bud like a fruit tree. From the greengrocer tree you get grapes, green pea, cauliflower, pineapple, and cranberries, while the pastry cook plant cherry brandy will brand apple puffs and three corners and cranberries. The shares are a penny, and ever so many are taken by Roadshow and Baring. And just as a few are allotted to you, you awake with a shudder of despair. Regular wreck with a crick in your neck, and no wonder you snore, for your head's on the floor, and you needles and pins from your soul to your sins. Your flesh is a creep, and your left leg's asleep. Cramping your toes and a fly in your nose. Some nothing you long, and a fever is strong, and a thirst it's intense, and a general sense that you haven't been sleeping in coma. But the darkness is past, and it's daylight at last. The night has been long, ditto, ditto, my song. And thank goodness they're both of them over.
Bravo!
Today, we're going to close, as we always try to do, with a song that happens to be from Pirates of Penzance, but even if we're not doing the Pirates of Penzance, we would like to close with this little Gilbert and Sullivan anthem, we like to call it, as many companies do, Hail Poetry. And if you know it, if you've sung it, if you'd like to sing along, please feel free to stand up and sing along. We always stand for this. It gets it, okay? And we'll be led off by Jay as the Pirate King.
Although a dark career sometimes involves the crime of stealing, we rather think that we're not altogether void of feeling. Although we live by strife, we're always sorry to begin it. What we ask is life without a touch of poetry in it.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.